or positions of responsibility by others has been going on for me for a long time. In elementary school, which was Catholic school for me, from the 4th grade, I was recruited to stand in front of everyone at church and read the readings at Mass. This went on for several weeks until one day I told Sister Kathleen Marie that I did not want to do the readings. Someone else should do it because it always turned out that I would have to do it. Sister Kathleen Marie pulled me aside and told me that no one was going to force me to read the readings. But she wanted me to know that performing this very important function at Mass was not an assignment, but rather a privilege. Well, needless to say, I read the readings at that Mass and ongoing for several more years. I bring this up at this time because I view the position of being a union official, and particularly the position of Secretary-Treasurer, not as a job or assignment, but rather a privilege. And for me, it is a way of life. Ask my family and friends how seriously I take my union activity, and they will tell you how often it comes up in conversation and so forth. While making the rounds on the campaign trail, I have been reminded by many that they yearn for the old days of unionism at Local 481, or they grew up in Chicago or San Francisco and unions were different there than they are here. I yearned for that too. It seemed like more of a family atmosphere back in the old days, and I plan on bringing some of that back. I'm a 3rd-generation union member. My grandfather was one of the pioneering dock workers who unionized the longshore workers in Mexico. And when he immigrated to the United States, he became one of the first union members in the United States version of the union called the International Longshore and Warehouse Union, the ILWU. My father joined his father and also became a member of the ILWU with over 80 years of combined union membership. This pattern became a way of life for my family and is still true today, as many of my aunts, uncles, and cousins are active or retired members of the ILWU. My first recollection of union activity was walking the picket line with my family in the historical West Coast strike of 1971. However, through my entire upbringing, I was always told what a privilege it was to be a union member. My 27-year membership at Local 481 began with my employment in the B&G department at the San Diego Zoo in 1980. I then transferred to the Public Service Warehouse, now known as the Food Service Warehouse, in 83 to 89 as a warehouse worker delivery driver. I became a steward in 1992, then chief shop steward from 97 to 99. I have served on the executive board as trustee in 94, president from 95 to 2007, and secretary-treasurer in 2007. I have been a field representative organizer for the last 11 years, delegate to Joint Council 42, the San Diego Labor Council, and to the last 4 IBT conventions. While I do have respect and place value for how things were done in the past, I do not want anyone to confuse this for my plans for reshaping and refocusing the direction of our local. There are 3 basic components that I feel will get us to where we need to go. The first is communications. It is our responsibility as union leaders to communicate with our members. How many times do we all hear the phrase, "I did not know that," or "no one informed me about this"? If you have read the Local 481 column in the last 2 issues of the Southern California Teamster newspaper, you have seen expanded coverage of what is going on at Local 481. I commit to continuing this expanded coverage and in addition submitting a minimum of 2 articles per year for publication in what I consider to be an underutilized resource. Already I have received dozens of comments from all over the West that other locals have noticed this change. Our first ever website, teamsters481.org, is another way of improving communication with our members. With the assistance of the Change with Experience board members, I want to utilize this powerful resource to its full potential. I also plan on holding meetings in North County for the first time. As North County has grown, so has our membership percentage in that area. And I totally realize that it's impossible for those members who work and live in North County to commute to San Diego to attend meetings. So I feel it's our responsibility as the union to bring the meetings to them. Why should we make it so difficult when we can make it much easier? Along with these examples of improving communications, it is also my goal to educate our members. By that, I take a two-pronged approach. By educating our members, I mean educating our members by us as union leaders being the educators. We have already had unique seminars that no other union is doing in this town. Seminars on workers' compensation and health care benefits. The other prong of my educate our members approach is assisting our members and their families to achieve their educational goals. The Local 41 Scholarship, as you probably know, currently assists members and their children in achieving those goals. I'm going to expand the scholarship program from 6 scholarships per year to 8 scholarships per year and expand those eligible to include grandchildren, spouses, and domestic partners. It is my opinion that the family members of our members are part of the Teamster family, and as such, the fact that they are interested in furthering their education, that it's a win-win for all of us, that the union plays a part in that.